pretty lady. Hi, honey. It's just a camera, it's not food. Hi, babe. Hi, Sleepy. Hi, good morning, everybody. This is Brittany at Big Cat Rescue here in Tampa, Florida, and this is Miss Amanda. Mandy Tiger. Looking very sleepy. Oh, now I'm starting to see some comments. Welcome, everybody. This isn't going to be a super long live. I helped do morning meds this morning, and then I just got done logging everything and thought before maybe we get another set of showers. It was a very rainy overnight and morning here. But I wanted to take a minute and just show you guys Miss Amanda. Thank you, Karen, for the donation. So in case some of you guys didn't see, Victor and Jamie created an amazing, like, exclusive, limited edition Amanda Tiger item at our store, so bigcatrescue.biz. And what it is they have to go in and frequently replace and repair the platforms that are in our enclosures here. So for instance, like this one, you can tell that some of the wood is new. And she's got like 5 platforms. So what they did is they've been taking the really scratched up, kind of beat up pieces of wood off of different platforms. And what they did with Miss Amanda is they cut them into this awesome little like plaque size with the natural like tiger scratches and markings on the wood. And then they used a thank you, Barbara, for the donation. And then they used a stamp of Amanda's actual paw print and made these adorable. They're in pink and red. They only have 40 of them, and I believe we've already sold about half of them. So if that is something that you are interested in, to have an original tiger scratched piece of wood with Amanda Tiger's paw print on it, you guys should definitely go over to bigcatrescue.biz and grab one before they're gone. Thank you, Willie, for the donation. I thought because it's well after breakfast time, that we'd just have a little moment here with Amanda. The wind is starting to pick back up, so we might be looking at some more rain. When I do walk away from her, you guys will be shocked to see how much water is on the ground. It just rained overnight, and this morning we actually had tornado watches while I was driving to work. Nice peaceful zen moment with Miss Mandy. You're right, Daniel. Amanda Tiger is 25 years old. She's our oldest cat here at Big Cat Rescue. She could quite possibly be the oldest tiger in captivity at this point. We don't know that for sure, but I would be pretty amazed to hear of an older one at this point. Just relaxing. I absolutely love, I was going to zoom out, but then I was like, maybe I should zoom more in. I love the little spots on her belly in between her stripes. This is absolutely amazing. Yeah, I know that we're getting a ton of rain here, and everywhere else it sounds like you guys are getting snow. My sister lives in South Carolina, and they got enough snow yesterday to make a snowman, which was unbelievable. So yeah, just look at all this water. All of this came down last night and this morning. Both sides of the road. The pond level is really, really high out there, and vacation rotation. So you can see most of the enclosures are built up, but when you've got this much rain, so she's got a lot of dry area in the enclosure, but where it gets deep on the outside, it has leaked in some spots. I thought Aria was out walking around. I know Kimba is, but he will be very mad at me if I walk up to him and can't let him out into the rest of his enclosure. We're still doing that where, I mean, you can see just all the water out in vacation. Still keeping him in his roof section until they clean, and then he can go have access, but we're also watching the weather. Oh, there she is. Hi, honey. Ooh, Miss Aria on a mission. Yeah, the weather has lost its mind, that's for sure. All over the place. Where are you going, lady? 3 feet of snow, wow, oh my gosh. Amazing. Where are you going? Lee, I don't know what's going on with the Funcation camera. I will have to check and see if Deb has made Randall aware that there's an issue with that. Yeah, today's already going to be one of those days I can tell, like, it was really humid this morning, but I'm pretty sure it's going to keep getting colder and colder all day. And again, we've just had a ton of rain and rain chances. So something I wanted to share was that we got a fairly new updated list on the sponsorships. So I know people are constantly messaging me and emailing me and asking, you know, who has the least sponsors. And at the beginning of the year, we were all really shocked because, you know, some of everybody's favorite cats had very few active sponsors at the end of 2020. And I'd kind of been telling you guys, you know, one cat at a time, and you guys just absolutely floored me because we had just an incredible amount of sponsorships last month, and over 50% of them were for Bobcats, which I was so excited about. Hiya! I was so excited because, you know, Bobcats tend to get a little overlooked because everybody loves the tigers and everybody loves the big cats, which of course they should, and they're very expensive, and they definitely need a lot of sponsors. Here's Miss Sapphire drinking out of her pond. Hi, lady. Oh, thank you, Diane, for the donation. So I just want to thank you guys so much, because my personal goal was to make sure that every single cat here had at least a dozen sponsors by the end of this year. And there are less than 13 cats on property that have less than 12 donors at the moment. So I absolutely know, and it's only February, so I absolutely know we can do that. Probably going to blow my goal out of the water, which is just, I literally, when I got the email and I was sharing it with my husband 2 nights ago, I was just like sobbing. I was just like so excited and so thankful. You guys just always come through. And I know that everybody's going to start asking, well, who's the lowest on the list now? And just off the top of my head, from what I can recall, I think Zucari is still at only about 4 active sponsors. I think that Serval is at 4 or 5. Jasmine's rubbing her face in her sand. What you doing, lady? You rubbing your forehead on your sandbox? Yeah. Ooh, this is Jasmine. So I believe it's Zucari, Serval, Sheena, Dryden, and Mouser might be like the top 5 of the lesser sponsors. but don't quote me on it. I look at so many cat names and numbers every single day. She's like, oh, now that you're here, I will finish cleaning my plate. She's in her feeding lockout, and there's little scraps of red meat in there. So I just really, really am thankful that you guys have all been excited to sponsor the cats here, which you can also do at bigcatrescue.biz. So my goal is for everybody to, you know, re-sponsor the cats that they've sponsored. So you have to renew that every year. And I'd like for every single cat to have at least a dozen people that renew every year. So, and you guys have just already knocked that out of the park for most of the cats. So thank you. And I did want to say, I know I mentioned that we had at least one anonymous donor that really, really wanted to sponsor every single cat on property at the $25 level. And we have since had 2 other people do that as well. So there are now 3 anonymous donors that have sponsored every single cat on property. So that is just incredible. Thank you. So I was going to go see Zucari because I absolutely love Zucari. And Miss Cully. Hi, honey. Hi, babe. So thank you all very, very much again. So I was going to go over and just see what Zucari might be up to. And like I said, this wasn't going to be a super long live. I just kind of wanted to check in with you guys after the weekend, let you know about that exclusive Amanda paw print item in our store. Thank all of you guys for the amazing sponsorships in January. And I'm not totally sure if there's going to be a live tomorrow either. We're having some construction-y things happening out in my office space, my office area, and I might be in the way, so I might be kind of working from home in the morning, but then coming over for my rehab and meds shifts, but we shall see. Let's see where this silly boy is. There he is, up on top of his platform. Hi, honey. I don't have anything to give you, Bob. He's like, treats? I've been trying to work with Zucari to earn his trust so that maybe, I know, maybe, just maybe, someday I'll be able to use the retractable scratcher on him in order to keep him from getting matted, since sadly he was declawed by his previous owner. Hi, Bob. You're so handsome. To me, Zucari always looks like he has like a baby face, and he always looks like he's smiling. So cute. So Zucari is an African Serval. Yeah, the rain here was no joke. I mean, it's and it's been a while since it's rained, so it's not even like there was enough, like there was already a ton of water on the ground or something. Like, it was pretty dry, and then it just kind of unleashed. Now it's very puddly. So Zucari's just hanging out in his feeding lockout because he obviously thought I was going to bring some treats, but you got a treat from me this morning during meds. Yes, you did. You can come out of there. So silly. So how many of you guys are going to watch the big game tonight? See if our Duchess girl was correct or not. My husband and I are not really NFL, like we don't have an NFL team that we've really like adopted or been attached to. We're more college fans, Ohio State all the way. But anyway, but it is really cool that the Bucks get to play at home for the Super Bowl. So it'll just be really exciting to see regardless. we always love the commercials, but I understand a lot of big companies are either not doing ads and then they're donating that money to, you know, COVID relief and different things like that, which is, you know, wonderful. So it's just going to be interesting to kind of see pandemic Super Bowl and how that'll be. Hi! I know I'm following you because you're handsome and I drove all the way over here to see you. Okay, there we are. Zoot, zoot, yeah. Hi. Yeah, I agree with a lot of you. There have been some years where we just didn't watch it and then we just watched for the commercials but now that I've been here for the last 4 years where one of our tigers picks their prediction, I always want to watch because I want our tigers to be right. But this year was a little tricky. What you doing, cutie pie? Yeah, Chris, I also really like the halftime performances too. Usually just to see what on earth, how they're gonna outdo each other year after year. And my husband and I are actually a really big fan of this year's performer, The Weeknd. So that's Nikita. I think Nikita's a little mad today. Yeah, I think she's angry today. I think it's all the moisture on the ground. She's like, not cool that there's this much water on the ground. He's like, okay, bye. All right, well, we can go see my favorite buddy. I'm coming. Yeah, I know everybody's asking how he's doing. I'm not sure if something was said that anybody would have been worried about him, but if the camera's not working, that's probably more of a Wi-Fi technical issue. He was a little pukey, like he was eating too fast last week, but last I checked his chart, he's been eating just fine. Hi, Jinx. Being very sneaky. Hi, Bob. This is Jinx, our black leopard. Alice, it's a good question. Will there be any feeding tours in 2021? So we've actually done one. Keeper Amanda a couple weeks ago did a feeding tour. You can find that at dailybigcat.com. Are we moving in close now? Hi, Bob. We missed you. And I have had 2 others on the schedule, but unfortunately, we don't have enough keepers. So usually the keepers that sign up, there's just enough for the animal care. And I've not been able to have an extra person that is in just for the tour. So I believe not next Sunday, but the following one, I believe Bridget signed up to do a feeding tour. It's been hard for me to get somebody to do a keeper tour recently, so I'm hoping, but I'm pretty much trying to schedule them every other week so that it does take the pressure off of the keepers so that they can know they can come in and just take care of the cats. I've been just trying to continue doing these walkabouts on Sunday just so that you guys have something. But, you know, we obviously really need the donations. We've been closed out of precaution for COVID-19 for the last year almost. Thank you, Jennifer, for the donation. And so it's just been really difficult to pin down a keeper to guide the tour. And then if we don't get a lot of donations, it's like, well, we could have been doubling up on the animal care. So that's where I'm just like, I'll just come in and do a regular live. It's not a guided one, but at least you'll get to see some cats. He's got those green sticky things all over his tail. So cute. What are you doing, bub? I thought you were gonna play with your toy for a minute. Are you gonna play with your toy? So if you guys joined in late, we did start with Amanda Tiger out in Outback, and I talked a little bit about an exclusive item in our store for Amanda. We saw a couple tigers on our way over here to see Zucari, and now we're watching Jinx doing his own lawn maintenance. Thank you, Mary. I really appreciate the positive and very lovely comments. Melissa, I've heard absolutely no ideas on when we might ever reopen. As long as this, as long as this virus is still this unpredictable and scary and rampant, and now there's new strains of it. The simple fact that these cats can actually contract it, we are in absolutely no rush to put any of these cats at risk. So we just hope that you guys can, please, watch these lives, share them, donate when you can, share them with friends and family so that new people, learn our mission and then they become donors and sponsors. So that's kind of what we're doing at this point. Oh, there's some sunshine. That feels nice. So yeah, I think maybe not, I don't think it's next week, but it would be the following week. I believe Bridget signed up to guide a feeding tour for me, and Regina will be backing up. Thank you, Jan, very much for the donation. Yes, you were right, Susan. Right now, we really, really need every single U.S. citizen to be contacting their legislators and asking them to support the Big Cat Public Safety Act. We need Republicans to co-sponsor and get involved. So we need all of you that are in the U.S. to please go to bigcatact.com. It is super, super simple. And you guys can help be a major voice for these cats. We'd really, really appreciate that. Yeah, Cynthia, it's hard to say what that noise was, because honestly, sometimes you think you're hearing gunfire because we are surrounded by a couple different farms. Even though there's a lot of industrial things around, like a mall and a bunch of shops and stuff, there's still a lot of farms around us. But we're also close to the Veteran Expressway, and my guess is that sometimes you'll hear like a semi or a truck backfire, and that often sounds like gunfire too. Thankfully, we're not super close to the stadium. I mean, it's probably only 15-20 minutes away, but we shouldn't really see any traffic or hear any kind of noise from that. So, and that is definitely on my goal for today, is to get out of Dodge. I'm getting out of Tampa. Thank you, Pauline, for the donation. Pretty much came in today to see the progress on the construction happening out in our office area. I did morning meds in the rain and tornado watch this morning and wanted to squeeze in this live, and then I think I'm gonna be working from home because I don't want to be anywhere near this city today with the traffic. Just gonna see if there was anyone else super visible right now, and then we will call it a day. Ginger's in her den. let's go back to Kali. Let's just drive back over there real quick, because I would stop and see her anyway, so I might as well take you guys with me. So thank you again to everybody joining today, and everybody who has shared this. You can rewatch this from the beginning. We started with Amanda Tiger. You can do that at dailybigcat.com. There's a Q&A with Brittany playlist. So it looks like they are finishing up. Smalls has been the project over the last week. So her enclosure is, hi! Her enclosure is getting all spiffy. It looks amazing. So she's up there on her little tower watching them. So this is something that is non-stop here, is raking and making sure the cages don't have a bunch of leaves and debris, because that cuts us way back on things like mosquitoes and ticks and fleas and all of that. But it is non-stop. There's a biscuit. There's a biscuit. We'll see more of these cats this week. I try to show you guys a whole different variety every day that I can. Like I said, I might not be able to do one tomorrow, but we will see. Oh, looks like they're doing probably a project on Miss Lovey too, so she's at the top of her platform as well. Hi, babe. Bobcats tend to hide out on their platforms when we're gonna have to do a project. That's Lovey Bobcat. Miss Lovebug. She's probably getting at least 2 of her bubbles that'll be on the afternoon project today. And the reason I know that, just so you have some insider information, sorry, I know it's zoomed in, but it needs to be. Just have to find it. There we go. See that big red pole? That tells me that there is a specific door that is down and locked shut, and that big red pole is a big indicator that do not touch this, do not open this. And then also because there's a Heidi Bobcat up there. They get very suspicious, and it's like, well, we're just trying to clean it up for you. Just gonna do some raking. So you can see all the leaves. So it looks like her side will get a good makeover here. All right, let's head over to Kali. That's where we're gonna wrap up for today. Yeah, so, oh boy. So as far as our rehab squirrels, I see people talking about those in the comments. So last Thursday morning, Jamie released Oscar. Oscar was a squirrel that had been found on property with a broken leg. And she had nursed him back to health. Oscar is actually the reason that I ended up with Hocus and Pocus full time, because she had Hocus and Pocus where she was taking them home at night and then bringing them here during the day, and I cared for them during the day, and then she cared for them at night. Here's Kali. And then along came Oscar, and Oscar had the broken leg and needed medication and was a lot more intensive than she expected. So she put it out there, hey, can somebody, take these 2 on like full time? So I was like, sure, I'll do it. And I took them home actually the eve of Hurricane Eta, when Eta came through. And we obviously know since then that Hocus is like pretty much ready to go free. The reason that we've been hesitating is because last week we had all those high winds. This week it got really cold and really rainy and windy again. Didn't want to put a brand new baby squirrel out there in the world for the first time and it be really bad weather. So I've kind of been holding off. And now I'm thinking we might actually do a different release site for him instead of him being released where the other 20 squirrels from last year were released. I might be taking him to a different area. So I'm trying to figure that out, but Anyway, she released Oscar last Thursday, and as she was leaving work that day, she got a call from a local animal shelter that found 3 baby squirrels in a nest. Somebody had cut down the tree, and the nest came down with it, and Mom never came back for them. So I believe she named them. It was really funny because we, her and I have an annual tradition where we go out for Indian food because we went to India together, and we go with a couple other people that went on the trip and kind of reminisce. And she literally picked them up right before she came to have dinner with us, and that is how they got their names. So it's Tika, Kadai, and Nan. And so it's 2 little girls and 1 boy. So right now there's technically 5 squirrels in rehab because Hocus and Pocus are still with us, and then the 3 new babies that Jamie has. That was Jasmine. Jasmine calling. And rolling around and showing her belly off. You can see I got out here pretty late after breakfast, so this is just snoozing time. All right, everybody. Well, I appreciate all of you guys joining me. I hope you guys have a great Sunday. If you're into it, I hope you guys really enjoy the big game today. Really appreciate the donations, everybody sharing, everybody who sponsored a cat. If you missed my update on that, or the update I talked about for Amanda Paw prints at bigcatrescue.biz, you can rewatch this. And I will see you guys all again soon. Take care, everybody.